Hello, welcome to another video. Here I have recently shared articles about tremor and dopamine D3 receptor, and there is another good article about um, memory and brain waves. But this time I want to check this article because I find this article quite interesting. It integrates two methods to classify schizophrenia, and as you know, currently there is no clear definition of schizophrenia. So this article suggests a method to do that. It's published in Frontier Scene, and authors are the Mind Research Network is quite popular research group. They're doing research on FMRI studies. Okay, let's read the article together. We demonstrate a hybrid machine learning method to classify schizophrenia patients and healthy controls using FMRI and single nucleotide polymorphism data. The method consists of 4 stages. Single nucleotide polymorphism with the most discriminating information between the healthy controls and schizophrenia patients are selected to construct a support vector machine ensemble. Voxels in the FMRI map contributing to classification are selected to build another voxel support vector machine ensemble. Components of FMRI activation obtained with independent component analysis are used to construct a single classifier. The above 3 models are combined into a single module using a majority voting approach to make final decision. So that there's a final decision according to those criteria. The method was evaluated by a fully validated leave one out method using 40 subjects. The classification accuracy was 0.74 and or 0.82, and I think these are high accuracy, not very high, but experimental. So let's look at the conclusion. Experimental results show that better classification accuracy was achieved by combining genetic and fMRI data than using either alone, indicating that genetic and brain function representing different but partially complementary aspects of schizophrenia etiology. This study suggests an effective way to reassess biological classification of individuals with schizophrenia, which is also potentially useful for identifying diagnostically important markers for the disorder. So that's interesting. So I think more interestingly, so the idea of the article is clear, but more interesting part is how they did it. The method section is most important part, and the data collection must be so they collect fMRI data during auditory audible task, which consists of detecting an infrequent sound within a series of frequent sounds. The same auditory stimuli were used and found to be effective in eliciting fMRI bold pattern differentiating healthy controls from schizophrenia patients. So auditory stimuli were present, as far as I know, auditory audible task is a cognitive task, were presented to each participant by a computer stimulus presentation system. With our earphones, subjects were presented with 3 types of sounds: target and novel and standard. Subjects were expected to respond a press button with their right index finger every time they heard a target stimulant, and not to respond to standard or novel sounds. Okay, so this is the machine learning method. I'm not expert of it, So it says the flow chart of the proposed supervised machine learning. So it's supervised machine learning method was used. That's something that I know. The fourth and final stage is to combine the three classification models obtained from above stage into one model using majority voting. Classifying schizophrenia based on genetic data is complicated by small sample size classification problems. Genetic data have high dimensionality compared to the generally small number of available subject sample. The sample. Some genes are related to the schizophrenia classification tasks, but many are presumably relevant. The learning algorithms like machine learning can be potentially confused by the irrelevant, redundant features and construct poor classifiers. So I think it automatically calculates which are irrelevant, and I think if you add more variables, then it may not maybe the model cannot explain the result. To address the small sample size classification problem, we propose a two-step algorithm to select informative genes from a high-dimensional space and generate a classifier ensemble through that. And the first step is a filter that removes most irrelevant features, and then they combine it. So this is forward sequential feature selection. It's something about machine learning, I guess. So they explain the method in detail, and conclusion. Let's read the conclusion. We propose a hybrid machine learning method for fusing FMRI and genetic data to separate individuals with schizophrenia from healthy controls. Experimental results show that better classification accuracy is achieved by combining than alone, so it's mentioned in the abstract too. So this manuscript presents preliminary results, and we are now in the process of attempting to replicate these findings in an independent sample, because it seems to be in this study there are only 40 participants, 20 patients and 20 healthy people. So it maybe it's a problem, but I think the prediction rate is acceptably high, and the idea of combining the FMRI and genetic data is very sounds very sophisticated. And thanks for watching this video. I wish you enjoyed this video, and I will share the link of the video in the description. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.